Hey, what is happening, everybody? MG here. MG Covers bringing you a brand new handicapping video. I think we're at week 5 for the NFL season, so we're going to do a preview for NFL, go over a few tidbits here before we dive into it. If you haven't followed me on social media, please do so. MG Covers, Covers spelled with a Z. If you follow me on Instagram, you get a ton of content. I mean, a ton of content. I post in my storyline, also give little small handicapping lessons as regular posts, things that I don't always put on YouTube, something I'm put together that's relevant that I see in handicapping, real short videos, short little posts there. And also too, if you're watching this video on YouTube, love to have you a subscriber, ton of content. All right, we're gonna talk about NFL, but let's just look at college football yesterday. My stat model, we only had 2 plays. I was extremely conservative. This is not a brand new model for me. It's a hybrid of the NFL model. Very successful. So year to date, we're 3-1 with it. We split. We had Arkansas. That was a winner. We played Texas Tech. That was a loser. However, other plays that the model had that we did not play was Texas A&M. We had them winning outright. They did. East Carolina won big. Texas El Paso. I think there was a few other ones in there as well. So the model is really good. The reason I mentioned that, if you're a coaching client or if you want to learn this handicapping business, that's a model that I basically turn completely over, which means you can see what stats I use, how I build the model, how I determine if it's a play or not a play. You get all that if you become a coaching client. So a lot of times it helps to see a model from A to Z, and you can use that information to build your own model. So if you're a coaching client or become a coaching client, you can get access to that college football model. All right, let's dive right into NFL Sunday here. I'm gonna pull up the lines here and go off screen a little bit. First play of the day is Carolina-Atlanta. First game, you have basically split with the wagers, 48% of the tickets on Carolina, 52% on Atlanta. A lot of line movement here. It opened up at plus 3.5. A lot of sharp money coming in on Carolina. Line's gone all the way down to 1.5 at Bovada, plus 2. Bet Online, plus 2 Heritage. Again, if you're going to play this game, highly recommend you plan it on the money line. Not really any advantage at all to play it at the spread, even if you're getting like plus 3. Vegas KC, interesting matchup here. Vegas has covered the plus 11. They're 3-1 if you add plus 11 to their games, where KC, if you subtract 11, they're 3-1 on the year. So both teams are good at covering 11. Obviously, KC is the better team. However, Vegas is a fade of the public, and you're getting 11 points. 11 points, 11 points. That's a lot. We actually have KC as a favorite via my power rankings, but obviously not a huge of a favorite as the books have them. Rams going against my Redskins. That money split pretty even. You had some sharp money coming in early on Washington. Tickets pretty much split. Now you've got that 7.5 line. Rams minus 7.5, Washington plus 7.5. And if you follow my videos before, you know that statistically speaking, there's a big difference in win percentage when a line goes from 7 to 7.5. When it goes to 7.5, you're looking at a team with about a 72% chance of winning outright. Okay, not covering outright. However, teams that win or teams that cover in NFL also teams that win in the NFL also cover about 75 to 80% of the time. So that definitely favors the Rams and that situation there. All right, next game we have Jacksonville and Houston. Interesting, a lot of changes for Houston. Fired their head coach. Houston's really struggling to get off the ground, 0-4. Jacksonville lost to Cincinnati last week, and they have a lot of injuries on the defensive side. We actually have Jacksonville favored via our power rankings. However, I think that line does reflect some of those injuries for Jacksonville. And you never know with a team making big changes like firing a head coach. There was some talk this week about J.J. Watt having a big blow up with the head coach. Sometimes it's a cancer. Sometimes it's a player that gets cut or traded. Sometimes it's a coach that's fired. You never know how that team might respond moving forward. So that's definitely a situational angle to look at. I would say it probably favors them because obviously they had lost trust in the coach. Team wasn't playing well. Sometimes just getting that cancer out of the locker room. Not speaking bad about Bill O'Brien. I know he's had some success there, but as the situation is right now, it probably was some cancer. So I look for them to play well there. However, we do have Jacksonville as a favorite, and that's a lot of points you're getting, considering Houston has yet to win a game. Arizona Jets. Jets are the underdogs, obviously +7. That line's come down. A little bit of sharp money coming in for the Jets there. Some reverse line movement, considering Arizona is a public team with 62%. What I mean by that, reverse line movement, majority of the tickets are on Arizona. Only 38% of the tickets on the Jets. However, that line has moved in favor of the Jets, meaning as it was +8.5. Now the line is at +7. In order for a line to move, you have to have money. So money makes a line move, which means the majority of money was on the Jets, making that line move down to 7. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, money's pretty even there. You've seen a tick from 7 up to 7.5, so that does favor Pittsburgh there. Looks like it's bet online's gone all the way up to 8.5 there. Cincinnati, Baltimore, interesting matchup. And I said this at the beginning of the year, y'all. I said Cincinnati was going to be a pretty good team. Joe Burrow is a winner. He proved that last week, getting the win against who did they play? Jacksonville. Also, they had that tie against Philadelphia, so they're very, very, very good team for what they have. I think Burrow's going to be a pretty good player in this league. He's definitely a winner. That is a lot of points to lay right there. We actually have. I'm having to write this down, do this a little bit differently than I normally do. Yeah, I have Baltimore as a favorite, but not a -12 favorite. You can see there Cincinnati is a slight public team, but not by much, getting 53% of the tickets. So definitely some value with Cincinnati there. Okay, let's move on to the, whoops, that was the same one, my bad. Okay, late games here, Miami, San Fran. Public team, Miami is, which is odd this year. San Fran, non-public team, line has moved from -9 down to -8. So that definitely shows we've gotten some money in on Miami, even though they're a public team. We've got the line, I'll go ahead and tell you this. Our line is in favor of San Francisco, but not a big favorite at -11. We have San Francisco as a favorite, almost half of that. Next game, Giants and Dallas. A lot of people looking at this game. This line opened up way, 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 way high at +11. A lot of people hit that line hard. That's moved that line all the way down to +7.5. So you've had a 4-point movement there with the line. Dallas is your public team. Giants are non-public. Realize Giants are not great this year. However, Dallas is definitely struggling as well. We have, in this game, we have Giants as the favorite. So this is definitely a game that I'm going to look at playing, possibly on the money line. You're going to get just a huge amount. I can't pull up the money line, but I'm guessing it's probably about, probably like 300, somewhere in there, plus 300. But generally speaking, if you can cover both the 3 and the 7, it's advantageous to play that on the spread line. Again, you have to take what the books give you. If that line will say +2.5, +3, or even +4, I would say play the Giants on the money line. If you're going to play the Giants and you're getting the 7.5, again, that covers the 3 and 7, the two most important numbers in football handicapping. Next, Indianapolis and Cleveland should be a good match. It's indicated. That's evidence of this line here. Opened up at Indy -2.5. Now it's at +1. You've got a lot of, looks like some sharp money coming in on Cleveland. We actually have Indy as the favorite, slight favorite here. So definitely lean towards Indianapolis in that one. Minnesota and Seattle. Kirk Cousins struggles in prime time. He's going to be playing in Seattle. I think situationally that edge goes to Seattle. Seattle doesn't have a great defense. But, hey, Russell Wilson having one heck of a year. We do have Seattle as a favorite and more than that 7 that they're getting right now. So, do have some reverse line movement here. Majority of the public's on Seattle. Line open at -7. Now it's -9. Now it's down to -7. So in order for the line to move, you have to have money makes the line move. So you've gotten some sharp money coming in on Minnesota, and that line is at +7. And so this is a spot too where you can look at, now that it's moved so much, you can look at that one book. I'm not sure the book that has that line at 6.5. So have to consider that too. If you play Seattle wins by 7. That's going to cover that 6.5. All right, so let's go to, let's see. I think I got the line for tomorrow night as well, or whenever this game is. Yeah, lots of, I mentioned this in my storyline. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys this too. If you're looking to play NFL or college football, a lot of times when the line comes out, based on how you handicap, you might see a ton of value initially. I would wait, and that's a lot different than years past because of COVID. Virginia had 15 players missing yesterday, and that line never really budged at all because of that. I think they announced it maybe like 15 minutes before the game, so the public didn't have time to react. And if you had money laid in favor of Virginia, I mean, you were basically screwed there. So years past, maybe playing some favorites early when the sharps hit the line so that you can get that in. I would say this year wait, because of anything can happen with COVID. You never know. So I think it's best to wait. Chargers, New Orleans matchup. 54% of the tickets on Chargers at +8. You've got some reverse line movement in favor of New Orleans. Line opened at 7.5. Now it's up to 8, and you only have 46% of the tickets. We have this game pretty close to even here, so this is probably going to be a no play for us. Reverse line movement favors New Orleans. However, the +8 line would favor Chargers because you're covering that 3 and the 7. So anyway, so that's the preview. A little bit shorter than normal. Hopefully that helps. Quick review: if you want to become a coaching client, that's $29.95 per month. You get all of my power rankings for all sports. One extra little bonus: you get my MLB tweak model that I've tweaked. It was very successful. The games that we tested for the month of September, you get access to see exactly how we're doing that, as well as that college football model. But you get lines for all my sports, which includes soccer, NBA playoffs. We have a game 6 tonight. You'll see my line for that game as well. You get access to all of the handicapping videos in our coaching section, which is different than the videos you see on YouTube. And you get access to all my premium video content. I upload maybe a couple posts per week that only coaching clients can see. And you get unlimited email support from yours truly. And if you wanted to get all that I mentioned just now with the coaching, and you can get all of my picks, that is $49.95 per month. You get access to all my plays, all coaching, etc. And the best value is to join for the year. That is $249 for the entire year. Normally that's priced, if you price it out, it's about $600. So that's excellent value there. And with that, hey, hope everybody has a profitable Sunday. If you got any questions, shoot me an email, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.